Hi, my name is Becky Chambers and I'm an English major. I'll be graduating from Cal State Long Beach this spring and will continue on to the Cal State Long Beach Single Subject Credential Program later on this fall. One thing that's interesting about me is that I work, perform, and direct at a community theater in Costa Mesa called Starlight Theater OC. I've done theater for over 12 years and have been a part of over 30 productions. Currently, I'm teaching a theater course at a private school, as well as am directing a stage production of The Hobbit at Starlight Theater OC. Which is really fun. I've done The Hobbit once before, and I've also performed in it when I was 12, and it's such a fun show. My perception of a good online class, I was homeschooled, so I did all of my high school courses were all online, and a good chunk of my college courses were also online. So to me, having comprehensive assignments that integrate the topics that we're learning, as well as putting them into practice, are the best ways to promote learning in an online setting for me. For example, I was in an online personal financing course, and we learned a lot about taxes and how to properly, file your taxes and things like that. And an assignment from that week was to complete taxes ourselves by using a specific case file that we were given. We had to do that person's taxes. And putting those concepts into practice really made me really have to connect all those concepts. So having those types of integral assignments. For my response to the modules from video 1, I learned from this first video that it is vital for general education teachers to consider students that may also need special education considerations as well. And it's the collaboration between these general education teachers and the special education teachers that is that really promotes success for these students. And I'm looking forward to exploring more of those concepts throughout this entire course, seeing examples of those in the classroom. For video 2, the 13 disability categories that are covered under the Individuals with Disability Education Act in 2004 are number 1, autism, 2, deafblindness, 3, deafness, 4, emotional disturbance, 5, hearing impairment, 6, intellectual disability, 7, multiple disabilities, 8, orthopedic impairment, 9, other health impairment such as ADHD, 10, specific learning disability, 11, speech language impairment, 12, traumatic brain injury, and 13, visual impairment. From videos 3 and 4, the eligibility rules for special education are that a student must have one or more documented disabilities in some area of their life from those 13 categories that I just listed. And the second eligibility rule is that this disability must have a negative impact on the student's scholastic outcome. So there has to be some adverse effect caused by the disability that is seen through poor grades, poor attendance, just the student not succeeding as much as they would if they had some accommodations. And then 2 common issues associated with adolescence and disabilities are that the child may not be as happy as children without disabilities, which is not true, as well as that the presence of a disability would automatically be cause for special education to be explored. And of course we just discussed this, but disabled students can be as happy as non-disabled students. And this is just truth. As we saw in the video, it has been researched, and to expect that these children would not be as happy would be doing a disservice to them. And it also takes more than a disability itself to necessitate special education, as the disability, like we said, must have an adverse effect on the student's education for them to qualify for the special education. So those are some two common issues or misconceptions that people might have regarding adolescence and disability. Regarding people first language, people first language is important because it prioritizes the person above their disability. So the disability is one part of the person, but it doesn't encompass them completely. So two examples of this, one might say, this is a person who has Down syndrome versus this is a Down syndrome person. Or this is a person who has ADHD versus saying this is an ADHD student. The person is first and foremost, and their disability is a singular characteristic that is incorporated into who they are and helps make up their whole, but isn't the whole of the person themselves. This encourages the value of a person over whatever challenges they may face through their disability, which, as their educator, somebody spending a lot of time with them in the classroom, it's important that we remember the individual, and yes, consider the disability, but value the person themselves before that disability. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the next semester spending it with y'all.